Yo, 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 how's it going? Guess what, guys? I'm fully sick still. I think I'm on the last day, though. Okay, I won't be too descriptive, but I got that very potent, like, cough. You know the one where you cough and, like, an alien comes out of you? And you're like, what the f... I got one of those coughs now. I think that's good, though, right? Anyway, yo, chat, how's it going, you guys? New build today? Oh, it's so big! Alright, hardcore keepers. Alright, that should be playable, right? Build ready? Yeah. I still have the absolutely massive axe, yes. What new build is this? TLDR. It's a 90 max res, 50k armor, 6 endurance charges, fortify, 10k life, up to 15k life with better gear. And then 15 to 30 mil DPS, again, depending on gear. You know how everyone's saying the Bleed Slammy Boy is like good clear? This should basically be the same, except it'll have prolif. Which skill? Well, I think you're supposed to play Leap Slam. I haven't decided if that's the play or not, though. But yeah, people seem convinced that Leap Slam is the way. How are you gonna scale the damage? That's really fucking cool, actually. So there's a new axe that gives you flat fire damage based on your life. And then there's a unique shield for Foulborn that gives you increased damage over time based off your life. So what happens, right? You have a shield that gives you damage, and then you have a weapon that gives you flat attack damage. And then the weapon also grants you damage over time multi from Rage. And Rage is really easy to maintain with a Warcry build, right? See, okay, this is gonna be a bit cringe, I'm not gonna lie. But you do have to press Warcries. But the Warcries aren't for defense that much. Like they're... Well, they are, but like, it's not like it was on the Chieftain. You know how the Chieftain had to press the Warcries for it to work? This is more like, you get utility and damage. It's not like you die without it. Will it blow up a boss? I think so. I think the goal is to make it so you don't need to use Warcries except for like bosses like Shaper. I can't think of any like... Oh yeah, Enduring Cry, by the way. When I press Enduring Cry, I have watch this, ready? I have 3k regen. I genuinely think this is going to be absolutely fucking broken. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I saw 5 guns clip. Every single time somebody gets landmined, all of chat is like, skill issue. It's a very like selfish attitude. The whole like, it's not gonna happen to me, and it happened to that guy, but that guy sucks. That's literally a skill issue. Alright, 50 bucks. It happens to Mark one time, and he fixes it the next day. Keepers, Fortress. Alright, D4, D4, D4. D4, 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 D4. What do you call that, chat? When like you see something shitty happening to somebody else and it makes you feel bad as well? What's that called? Like, what's that basic human emotion that most people have, but not everybody? Yeah, empathy. Shit, guys. Empathy. Yeah, you guys know empathy? I know not all of you, but you know, some of you, right? Like, surely. Ooh! Oh, look at that! Chat, come on, I look like a demon, bro. Chat. Whatever you're all to, I'm gonna play Leap Attack. Ignite. Oh, I hope it's as good as I think it's gonna be, chat. Oh my god. So basically, there's a new weapon in the game, the Grey Wind, and it's a one-handed axe. And what it does is it gives you flat fire damage equal to 12% of your life. So for example, with 10k life, you would now have 1,200 to 1,200 flat damage. Imagine having a two-hander that had a min and max of 1,200 damage, yeah? And it's on a one-handed axe, by the way. The axe also has a mod that gives you damage over time multiplier for every rage you have. And by default, you can have 30 rage. So minimum, that's 60 damage over time multiplier, right? And obviously there's nodes on the... There's 5 rage on the axe, there's 10 max rage on the tree. And this basically translates to 90 fire damage over time multiplier, right? So you get 90 fire damage over time multiplier, 1200 flat damage on the min and the max, right? It's basically like a 1500 DPS axe, yeah? And that's with 10k life. You can get 20k life in theory, right? And then you double that. Now, the problem is, that isn't enough. Because now how do you scale the damage, right? Like, how do you get increased damage? Well, there's also a Foulborn Wrathpith that gives you damage over time for every life you have. With 10k life, it gives you 500% increased damage. So you get a shield with 500% increased damage. And by the way, the Wrathpith doesn't give you the downside because it only triggers off spells. And because you're an attack build, you don't spend the life cost every time. You don't sacrifice it. So it's a Wrathpith with no downside, with 500% increased damage. And again, if you had 20k life, this would be 1000% increased damage, by the way. What skill do you play that with? Because it's an axe, you play it with slams. I cannot do this. And you go ignite. Because you get the damage over time and the damage over time multiplier, right? So basically, you don't need any damage nodes on the tree. You literally, all you do is you stack life and block and max res, and that's it, and armor. You don't stack any damage at all, because all your damage is just life. And with 10k life, you're getting about 10 million DPS. The hard part is the 20k. Now, 20k requires a couple items. One, you'd probably want to go Dissolution of the Flesh for 30% more life. And 2, you would want to go Apostate. Apostate is a chest that gives Energy Shield, becomes life. With those 2 items, you would hit 20k life. The problem, right? The problem is one of them is a rare Uber unique, and the other is kind of dog shit for hardcore. Like, Dissolution of the Flesh is really, like, cringe. Chieftain gives you 90 max res, solves your gearing for res on tree, on your gear, sorry. Because you just stack fire res. So you get 90 max res. Solve your gearing, and it gives you Fist of War. Now, controversially, I'm also running the Warcry stuff. I don't know if I'm actually going to keep the Warcry stuff in the build or not. I haven't decided. It might be too cringe gameplay. Yeah, one thing I'm worried about, right? You Intimidating Cry and whatever, Infernal Cry and stuff, they literally only work on bosses. They don't do anything for Trash Clear at all, by the way. Nothing. But Seismic Cry is kind of important for mapping, I would say. So self-casting Seismic Cry might be... I mean, that's kind of like Pepega. If this works as well as I think it's gonna work, it's gonna be one of the most fucking cool, broken, overpowered builds you've ever seen. I hope it works as well as I think it's gonna work. I think it will. Alright, let's just remember 30k tooltip. Let's see what happens. We have 2k DPS chat. It's over. I'm just spending all these uniques. This was 5D and this was 10D. Swift and Burning. I get Burning at least. Okay, to be clear, I don't know if I actually want to go Swift or not, but this should just work now, right? Yeah? Alright, let's just try... I just want to see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I just want to see what happens. Oh. Oh, look, it's igniting. Oh. Okay, hold the phone. Okay, hold the phone. Okay, so it does stuff. Do I need to do anything? Oh, I need a Warcry, right? I guess let's just do Seismic Cry and Urgent Orders for now. No Prolif. No, I do have Prolif. That's what the barracks does. I'm still capped res. Definitely need urgent orders on that shit, holy. Yo! Okay, it did stuff. I kind of need to deal with the sacrifice costs from my thing, but when are you planning any more attack speed? Okay, you guys wanted me to try the build at level 68 with no gear. I just equipped I equipped the axe and the shield, and that's it. I personally think you can see the build working. Okay, now, does it work properly? No, I'm missing like every single piece of gear. Okay, just let me cook. Okay, so let me think. Pros, the build just gets way better with all the bullshit, like with the gear and stuff, right?
9 rounds.
Cons,
Victory was still
I
out
think
of
the
reach.
leap slam stuff might be a bit of a meme. Unless I somehow manage to get a fuck you amount of attack speed. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll try sleep. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But anyway, I'm gonna end the stream there. We're gonna come back tomorrow and make this into the most big dick fucking build. I fully 100% believe in the build now. Now that I've seen the potential, I 100% believe in it. Today, chat, today, as a warning, okay? Yes, this build is ZDPS. Okay, I did some maps off stream. Fuck you in advance for driving me insane. Yes, the build's ZDPS. Alright, fuck you. Alright? I just gotta get that out of the way. Alright? But I wrote down how to fix the damage. So we have a little to-do list. Okay, I wrote down how to fix the damage. It's like 8 times more damage I'm missing. Okay? That's a lot. Okay? Ignore the boss damage. Alright? If anyone says ZDPS, fucking ban them. Alright, nobody say anything. Fuck you. Watching it go from this state into a god will be fun. Agreed! Agreed. Oh, by the way, I made a new POB, by the way. I realized that there was too many problems in the original build. Like, it just wasn't good enough. And it was too many issues. My tank. Rip. It's kind of crazy the items we vendor, huh? Like, look at this. Like 4.4k or something, 5 casters, 5 link, we just vendor that. Like, shit. Like, what is this? Only 4.6k? How rare is the Wrathpith? I saw Elk get one, so I guess it's probably not that rare. I think people just don't target it, right? I wasn't willing to gamble on that though, so I think if you wanted to get, one in SSF, you could. Is the TLDR. This build can go suppression, but it's a fucking penis to get. I'm not gonna lie. You basically go, you go entrench, and you anoint inveterate, and you get armor evasion gear with iron reflexes. I was looking at it, by the way, Kronsky. Anything that has pen on it is super fucked up. Like, anything that doesn't have pen is kind of fine, right? But things like Maven's Fireball and Shaper Balls and stuff are so dumb. They do so much damage with that suppression.
See you.
Is it worth doing?
I cannot do this yet.
I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I just know it's possible. I don't know if it's worth the opportunity cost of, you know, you have the suffixes, by the way, so you can get suppression on your gear. That is really not the problem. The problem, number one, is you would need perfect 6 mod gear then, right? That's kind of a bastard. And secondly, getting entrenched and inveterate kind of is annoying. Because hang on, times 3 plus, what is it? 22. You can get 64 to 74 with very little investment. Well, sorry, not investment, opportunity cost. But then how do you get the remaining 26% or so? 26 to 36%. And I think the answer is it's... Like I said, I think you have to anoint inveterate and path to entrench, but it's like really it's a real bastard then. I will say the suppression version of the build is even tighter, and that kind of worries me a bit. At the same time, if I do get suppression cap, then you are basically immortal, yeah. Like, the only thing that kills you on this build is shit that has pen on it. And if you have suppression, then you're covered on pen, so nothing would be able to kill you at that point. How does this build deal with dot? It gets like 3-4k regen. with 90 max res and 6 endurance charges. Did you give up on the Tincture? No. So originally the plan was to go blood-soaked blade with perfected formula and Tincture mastery. The idea was that with the Tincture deactivating at 12 mana burn, I get roughly 12 seconds, maybe more even. I get like 13, 14 seconds of a Tincture, and I have enough recovery in theory to maintain it without it being too cringe. And it automatically deactivates, so it'll never like kill me. However, number one, it is still technically a bunch of recovery loss, right? Like at its worst, it's literally 12% life per second, right? At its worst. Well, 11. And 11% regen lost is a lot, right? That's 11. That's like literally 1,000 damage over time a second that I can't mitigate, right? And the second problem is I have to travel all the. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points, and I'm traveling to fucking nowhere. Like, I don't need these nodes. These nodes. This is literally just because I'm dropping Temper Shield, and this is just a life mastery that I could take anywhere. Like I can go over here to Tireless, right? And this is actually helping solve my mana anyway. And then Burning Brutality is nice and everything, but I already have damage over time multi, and if I can get the Ignite somewhere else, the attack speed isn't required. And I can get the attack speed on jewels and stuff, right? Especially if I don't do Leap Slam anymore. So I kind of realized these 20 points are dog shit, right? And all it gives me is Tincture, which is 40% more damage. And like I said, it hurts my recovery too, right? So I was like, well, hold up. How bad is it to get 0 cost on my skills? The answer is not bad, but I need some tech. By dropping the right side, I can solve, and if I can solve mana cost to 0, I can then run Tincture on my mana. Then I don't have to deal with the degen, and it turns off automatically when my mana hits 0. So I basically get the functionality of Blood-Soaked Blade and Perfected Formula Tincture Mastery without the regen downside, right? So I get massive uptime on it with no downside. And now, all of a sudden, I can get Temper Shield, right? Because I can reserve my mana, right? Instead of running Blood Magic. So I get Temper Shield. So I can drop Deflection. I also get Shock Immunity, which makes my boots easier to craft. And I replace this life wheel with Tireless, right? Which gives me access to reduced cost here. Then I do need reduced cost here and on my helmet, but that's fine, because that's like, I wanted to take that anyway. But in total, I don't know how much I need exactly, but I can get 30 here, I can get 23 here, and I think this is like another 15. So 15, 30, 38, 68 reduced mana cost. But yeah, with 68 reduced mana cost, my Ground Slam only costs like, I think it's like 20 mana, which is still, by the way, that's still kind of bricked, right? So how do I deal with the rest of the mana costs? I can always I run 1 rare ring, so that's -8 with Life Catalyst. So I need at least 1 more minus mana cost minimum for it to be playable, which means I have to drop Barracks of Spite. But I was thinking to myself, well, I want to keep Barracks of Spite for mapping. So what if I have a bossing ring that only has life damage over time and minus mana costs, right? That I can swap for Barracks of Spite. And I still have Prolove on my gloves, so I can still clear really, really nice. But I want to map with Barracks of Spite and then swap to another ring for bossing, right? So where can I get the remaining minus mana cost? What about a dual influenced Diet and Dawn? Because that would actually genuinely work, right? Do you need multiple bases, or can you undo the base? Yo, Zai, what do you think about that actually? Because I'm running Unbound Ailments already, which gives me increased effect of shock and chill. It also gives me 10% damage because I get Foulborn. So it's literally exact same damage. It's exact same damage, except I get chill. And I get all my Ignite chance solved, so I can run different mods on my gear. Holy shit, that amulet! You know what, chat? Actually, no meme. Oh, there it is, by the way, Pog. No meme, chat. I think this is the angle, right? What makes Heisting good this league?
Just get it done.
Heisting is good because everything else is shit. Think if Heisting is like a consistent amount of currency, and then everything else gets deleted, it becomes Well, it's the thing. It's the last man standing. Yeah. Okay, now we can do the big boy blueprints. We got a tailoring orb. Pretty sure those are good money. Is it replicate Kongor's booger mace? Isn't that supposed to be quite rare? I thought so. It's not good though, right? It's 2.5 million dust. Are you serious? Oh, but this is low level. Wait, so I just got one of the rarest items in the entire game from Heist. I'm taking it.
Got it? Then move!
My tink. Isn't that crazy? That's the rarest item I've ever had from Heist. Holy. I'm a bit sad that it's like a worthless turd, but I guess that's kind of cool still. This poor guy in trade is just dividing. God damn. 15 divines on Dark Monarch, chat. Holy shit. Wait, did I sell my Dark Monarch? I wonder if should I divine gamble? If you get golems or specters, it's good money on hardcore, I think. Wait, honestly, I could just 3-to-1 it for 59C. Rip. I lost. That's bullshit. I won. I win. I won, chat. Always gamble. So how does this shit work? I mean, I've never done this before. This is some like cooked shit. Destroys an item, applying its influence. Redeemer first. Okay, Redeemer Elder. Okay. So now we have a Redeemer Elder belt. Okay, and then you said I should fossil this bad boy, yeah? And then you make it blue. It doesn't matter what, right? Just to confirm, because I've never done this shit before. I imprint it now, and then I scour chance it. And if it turns into a unique, I can turn it back into the blue. Yeah. Oh, that's so fucking cool. Alright, you ready? Alright, first brick. And so we just need to do this like 6,000 times basically, right? So Siege Breaker, dual influenced. Oh, that's so cool, chat! That's so cool. Or belt, I need a Diadem Dawn with dual influence. It's the only thing that's actually hard to hit. I'm not gonna get a Mage Blood. The chance of that is like... Wow, I hit it. Holy fucking shit. Bitch. Okay, we're Astrolove Gaming soon. Oh shit. Astrolubing. Oh, Astrolubus.
You can't keep getting away with it!
I thought you hit a Mage Blood? Bro, if I hit a Mage Blood, I would scream. Dude, if I hit a Mage Blood, the fucking neighbors would hear it. Alright? Do I do Reforged Defense?
One more new toy.
Giant Knight Thorn gifted a tier 1 sub to green_rank_strats.
Because, I mean, I do want the Giga Armor Life. Oh, that is... Hit. Percent armor, and I will be happy. Add a prefix, remove a suffix.
The first, you are truly a survivor.
It actually fucking hit. Okay, we won. Holy shit, we won. That was easy. Yo, I won. I won, chat. I'm a winner, chat. I'm not a loser. I'm a winner. Alright, we'll do this for now. Alright, I mean, that's a solid actual upgrade right there. They don't give me more. Only 3k though. Oh, but I guess when I seismic. God damn, 33k armor. Damn, getting tanky on this boy.